Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the realm of knowledge and debunk those absurd myths that still manage to find their way into our everyday lives. Today, get ready for some myth-busting madness as we expose the ridiculous myths you still swallow. Bulls get angry when see red. Ah, the age-old myth of bulls and their alleged fury for the color red. Let me put it bluntly. Bulls don't give a hoof about red. They're not sitting there, sipping their morning coffee and thinking, "Oh, I see red. Time to unleash my inner rage." Bulls, much like fashion-conscious humans, care more about the movement and style of things. It's like when you see a flashy outfit that catches your eye. Bulls are attracted to the fluttering of a matador's cape, regardless of its color. They're like fashion critics, critiquing the matador's choice of fabric and dramatic flair. So the next time you encounter a bull, feel free to wear a red shirt and flaunt your impeccable style. Just remember, it's the movement that matters, not the color. And who knows? Maybe the bull will appreciate your fashion-forward approach and give you a standing ovation or a snort of approval. Goldfish has 3-second memory. No, goldfish do not have a 3-second memory. That's like saying they're living in an eternal state of Finding Nemo and can't remember a thing. It's a fishy myth that has been floating around for ages. Sure, their brains may be a bit on the small side, but let's give these little aquatic wonders some credit. They can remember things for longer than a blink of an eye. In fact, they can remember where they live, recognize their fellow fishy companions, and even learn some tricks with a little training. So, don't underestimate the memory prowess of our guild friends. They may not be swimming in Mensa meetings, but they're certainly smarter than a 3-second stopwatch. Just be careful not to make a splashy bet on their memory skills, or you might end up with soggy expectations. You need to drink at least 8 glasses of water every day. Do you really need to guzzle down 8 glasses of water a day? Well, let's dive in and find out. You see, the 8 glasses idea is a bit like a catchy jingle that got stuck in our heads. It sounds good in theory, but it's not necessarily rooted in scientific truth. We humans are a diverse bunch, and our water needs can vary like flavors at an ice cream parlor. Sure, staying hydrated is important, like having a good hair day or nailing a pun in conversation. But here's the thing. Your water needs depend on various factors, like your activity level, climate, and body size. It's like trying to fit everyone into the same size swimsuit. It might work for some, but others will end up feeling a bit uncomfortable. So instead of robotically chugging 8 glasses, let's use our common sense. Listen to your body. When you're thirsty, have a sip. And hey, if your urine looks like the color of a lemonade stand, it's probably a good idea to reach for that water bottle. Remember, staying hydrated is important, but let's not turn it into a water-guzzling competition. Find your own H2O harmony and drink up with a dose of wit and wisdom. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space. Yes, the Great Wall of China can be seen from space, but only under certain conditions. Astronauts who have been in low Earth orbit, such as those aboard the International Space Station, ISS, have reported being able to see the Great Wall with the aid of binoculars or camera lenses. However, it's worth noting that the Great Wall is not easily visible to the naked eye from space. The wall itself is narrow and mostly made of materials that blend in with the surrounding landscape, making it challenging to distinguish from other features. Additionally, weather conditions and the angle of sunlight can affect its visibility. So, while it is technically possible to see the Great Wall from space, it is not as prominent or easily discernible as some popular misconceptions suggest. The breathtaking images of the Great Wall captured from space often require specialized equipment and careful observation. A penny dropped from the top of the Empire State Building could kill someone. Picture this. You're standing at the base of the iconic Empire State Building, enjoying the bustling cityscape. Suddenly, a shiny penny comes hurtling down from the heavens like a miniature missile. Will it transform into a lethal weapon upon impact? Let's find out. Now, don't let the thought of pennies raining from skyscrapers keep you up at night. The idea that a penny dropped from such heights could cause harm is more fictional than a superhero blockbuster. It's like believing a gentle breeze could transform into a hurricane by simply passing through a revolving door. You see, when a penny falls from a great height, it gains speed due to gravity, just like we gain speed when sliding down a playground slide. However, as it plummets, it encounters air resistance and reaches what's called its terminal velocity. At this point, it won't accelerate any further, no matter how much it wishes to be a daredevil. Now, the terminal velocity of a penny is relatively low due to its small size and shape. It's not exactly built for speed like a race car or a cheetah on the prowl. So by the time it reaches the ground, its impact would be akin to a gentle tap on the shoulder rather than a lethal blow. Rest assured, the Empire State Building's heights won't be transformed into a dangerous penny arcade anytime soon. So, keep your pockets full of loose change and let gravity entertain you without fear of impending danger. You have to wait 24 hours before submitting a missing persons report. Imagine this scenario. Your loved one has gone missing, and you're frantically checking the clock, counting down the minutes until you can report their disappearance. But hold on a moment. The idea that you must endure a 24-hour waiting period is as outdated as a VHS tape in a streaming era. In reality, every minute counts when it comes to a missing person. Law enforcement agencies are well aware that time is of the essence, and they're not going to insist on a mandatory 24-hour waiting period like it's a peculiar ritual from an ancient civilization. The sooner you report a missing person, the better. Whether it's been a few hours or a few minutes, reach out to the authorities and provide them with the necessary information. They're ready to jump into action, investigate, and start the search without any unnecessary delays. So, let's put the 24-hour myth to rest and treat it like a relic from the era of dial-up internet and parachute pants. When it comes to missing persons, trust your instincts and report promptly, because time is precious, and every moment can make a difference in reuniting loved ones. Remember, you don't need to suffer through a full day of uncertainty. Instead, let's rely on modern approaches and compassionate response to ensure the swift and effective resolution of missing person cases.
The forbidden fruit in the story of Adam and Eve is an apple. In the biblical tale of Adam and Eve, the forbidden fruit plays a central role, symbolizing the temptation that led to their expulsion from paradise. But what kind of fruit was it exactly? Well, here's where the apple rolls into the story, but not quite as you might expect. Despite the iconic imagery of a shiny red apple seductively dangling from a tree branch, the truth is that the Bible does not explicitly specify the type of fruit. It's like going on a fruit hunt without a shopping list, leaving room for interpretation. So why did the apple steal the spotlight? Blame it on centuries of artistic representation, cultural influences, and perhaps a clever marketing campaign by the apple industry. That's right, the apple may have cleverly marketed itself as the ultimate symbol of temptation, whispering sweet nothings to artists and writers throughout history. In truth, the forbidden fruit could have been anything from a pomegranate to a fig to a guava, or maybe even an exotic fruit that has yet to be discovered. We can only imagine the taste and texture that caused such a cosmic calamity. So, while the apple enjoys its role as the symbolic star of the forbidden fruit, let's remember that it's just one interpretation among many. The story of Adam and Eve reminds us of the eternal human struggle between desire and restraint, regardless of the fruit's specific identity. So, the next time you bite into an apple, let it serve as a reminder of humanity's eternal curiosity and the never-ending quest for knowledge. Just be careful not to get too carried away and end up in an earthly paradise of trouble. Your hair and fingernails continue to grow after you die. In reality, the appearance of hair and fingernails growing after death is simply an illusion. What really happens is that as the body starts to undergo decomposition, the skin around the hair and nails begins to recede, giving the impression of increased length. It's like a last farewell performance by the body's tissues, bidding adieu with a final optical trick. So, while it may be tempting to imagine posthumous hairstyling and manicure sessions, the truth is far more mundane. In the grand scheme of decomposition, hair and nails aren't exactly the top priority. The body has other matters to attend to, like returning to the earth and becoming one with the circle of life. So, let's put this myth to rest and bid farewell to the idea of a posthumous beauty salon. While it's fascinating to ponder what happens to our bodies after we're gone, Let's focus on celebrating the vitality of our hair and nails while we're still here and kicking. Remember, life is a journey that goes beyond earthly appearances. So, embrace your ever-growing hair and nails in the land of the living, and let your beauty shine from within. Because that's where true magnificence resides. Cracking your knuckles too much will cause arthritis. Contrary to popular belief, cracking your knuckles like a symphony of snap, crackle, and pop doesn't seem to be a direct ticket to Arthritis City. In fact, scientific studies have failed to establish a solid link between knuckle cracking and developing this joint condition. You see, when you crack your knuckles, you're essentially creating tiny gas bubbles that form and collapse within the joint fluid. It's like a mini fireworks show happening between your bones. While it might irk those nearby, it doesn't appear to be a major cause for concern. Now, that's not to say excessive knuckle cracking is entirely harmless. It can potentially irritate the surrounding tissues or lead to some temporary swelling and discomfort. And let's face it, constant knuckle cracking may make you quite unpopular at quiet dinner parties. So, if you find yourself craving that satisfying crackling sensation, don't fret about the arthritis police hunting you down. Just be mindful of moderation and perhaps save your finger fireworks for more appropriate occasions. Remember, cracking your knuckles won't automatically transform you into an arthritic maestro. So, go ahead and indulge in the occasional finger symphony, but do so with a touch of wit and the understanding that moderation is key, both for your joints and your social standing. Remember, the truth is out there, and we're determined to find it together. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and let's continue in part 2.